Hello and welcome to all the curious minds interested in the intersection between new technologies and education. I'm Miguel Fernández, representing SciCo, which is one of the partners inside the augMENTOR team. For those who aren't familiar with this, it's an initiative funded by the Horizon Europe Research Program, aiming to build a pedagogical framework enhanced by AI technologies. With this said, today, in our third podcast episode, we have the pleasure of speaking with educational technology expert Dr. Andromahi Filippidi, representing Patras University. So, hello Andromahi, how are you?
Hello, Miguel. I'm good, I'm fine. Thank you for this meeting, and I'm very glad to have this conversation with you.
No, like for me, it's super nice to have you here. Also, I think you're in your house with your cat, which is also nice, like to have this company. It will be the three of us in the interview. So, yes, Andromahi, you are like an early children educator and also a researcher. I don't know if you could tell us more about how did your journey began and yeah, like a bit about your academic journey so we can settle you.
Yes, actually, my undergraduate studies was in early childhood education. So basically, I'm a preschool educator. While I was studying in the University of Patras, I decided that I'm more interested for the research part of my studies than the teaching aspect. Although I worked as a kindergarten teacher for 10 years, while this was happening, I completed my PhD thesis in ICT.
Sorry, you did both things at the same time, like teaching and doing the PhD?
Yeah. I completed my master's thesis, and then while I was teaching in national schools, I was running my PhD thesis project. It was a bit hard, but everything went good. While I was studying for my master degree, I was called to participate as a researcher in a national project. Back then, we were trying to understand if LMSs are going to be useful, in particular.
Okay. LMS, you mean the learning management systems, right?
Yeah, thank you. Learning management systems.
Yeah, could you explain this before, like, because why do you think you were studying if these things will be useful, like these platforms?
Back then, it was at the state of the art.
Okay, and there were no learning management systems.
No, we were not using learning management systems, and not even in the university, tertiary education. So a national funding was specific on that project, and I was fascinated by the procedure mostly because I had to collaborate with different researchers. We exchanged ideas. I learned a lot of things. So that was my first try to start my academic journey. After that, the one thing led to another. By chance, I started working in that specific field, and by chance, I'm now a researcher.
So you are now researching still about how learning management systems can be applied in education, I guess, right?
Yeah. This is the augMENTOR project. This is my last project. I have tried to answer different research questions in different projects. I also like to know what is happening in kindergarten schools with little students. I like a lot programming and robotics in little pupils. But basically, nowadays, my main research interest is on learning management systems and how we can integrate AI technologies during the augMENTOR project.
Okay, and Andromahi, for the ones that are not really that engaged in these information and communication technologies, could you explain a bit what learning management systems are?
Well, actually, learning management systems are digital platforms. Basically, they're designed to administrate, document, track, report whatever is happening in educational courses or training programs, or learning and development programs like augMENTOR. Nowadays, we're using these learning management systems in schools, universities, business, other organizations. So basically, that is a learning management system.
Okay.
The most well-known management system, which is used all over the world, is Moodle.
Okay, so it's like an online platform where you can check the students' performance and kind of guess like the students' activity, no? Like kind of monitor online how the students' performance is going.
Exactly. You can offer supplementary material. You can organize groups. You can have additional activities like forums, written essays, whatever you want. And you can actually, you are able not only to organize your course, but also monitor the students and help them communicate as a community of practice in order to help them be more engaged in the learning or during the learning process.
Okay, I think it's really nice also because I don't know, when I was in the university, we were like it was like more like a passive education where the teacher talks to you and you are not really doing that many activities. So the fact that maybe with these platforms you can make more interactive education, I think for sure will help education. So now that you have talked about these systems and you have
Mhm.
explained a bit what do you do, uh, why do you think introducing AI can help these learning management systems? And why it's also important to have pedagogical experts in this area, like when introducing new technologies to these new systems that are emerging in education?
Um, Good question again.
Yeah, no, it's a hard question, I think, and the reason of the augmentor and a lot of stuff, but yeah.
So since we're granted to do that, it is important. But besides that, as you know, AI is something that concerns us concern everybody, researchers, teachers, learners during the last decade. So something is going on and something is changing. The main question that we try to answer during the augMENTOR project is if we can create an AI system, the augMENTOR solution in our case,
Mm.
AI system which can be implemented in an LMS system, which we know for facts, research facts, that they can help students and tutors and educators through the learning process in order to be effective. So we try to understand if we integrate an AI system, an AI app in these systems, we can also enhance and help the learning process to be more effective, to support in a better way the learners and to support in a better way the tutors, the educators, the administrative staff, and whomever is designing these courses. So this
Okay.
is our main goal. What is appropriate to use, if it is appropriate to use AI systems, and how. Now, the other thing you asked me,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
thank
Sorry, I
you.
made you like a super long question.
Yeah. If we need a pedagogical framework or a pedagogical expert while using AI in educational process or in learning management systems, or basically when we're using ICT, it's like um, when you're trying to use a novelty or a novel tool or something that it is
Hmm.
new in
Yeah.
your everyday life, you need, under my opinion, you need to have not exactly guidelines, but you need to have a holistic context to support your work. So when I'm using ICT, I definitely know that I need some educational background in order to know how to design and why to design a course, how to run and implement a course, in which ways I'm going to evaluate my course, my students. So this is the deal while using AI and ICT in general in education. You need to know and to have a background on the educational and learning sciences in order to have an effective course and have an effective context to help you and support you to do your job as you should.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
think
it's like when you're driving a car, you need to know a lot of things
yes.
before you start driving a car, you know.
Yeah, yeah, like you need to have like a theoretical knowledge about the rules
Yeah.
of the roads and all of this stuff. But it's also true, like with AI, like they
Mm-hmm.
kind of talk like a personalized learning will be like more possible because with this tool, like you can really optimize the system so you can create like personalized assessment for every student. So this will also make a change in the pedagogical framework, you think? Or you think like should AI adapt to this or should the pedagogical framework adapt to AI or a bit of both of them?
I think this is a process that is going around all the time.
Hmm.
We while we were using learning management systems without the support of the emerging technologies and AI, we found a gap. When you're using an LMS, learning management system, you have to manage about 200 students at least. So during the process, you need to monitoring them, to give them appropriate feedback, to personalize your proposals or your evaluation. This was not, we were not able to do that. So we we believe that by using AI, we can achieve that. We can support our students in a more better and effective way,
Hmm.
because AI is going to help us to personalize and adapt to each student and each learner and each needs, of course, based on the learning and the course context. But this is our main goal in the augMENTOR project. You're very right.
Okay. No, no, it's really nice to have examples also because sometimes we only explain the topics, but we need some real case examples to understand how will really AI integrate in the classrooms. So yeah, we mentioned a lot of like this augMENTOR project. I think yeah, I also need to say that you are participating and you're one like of the main contributors from the augMENTOR project, and you are the lead designer of this project's pedagogical framework.
Mhm.
So the question is how you got involved with the augMENTOR program, and so this being the designer of the project's pedagogical framework, is this your main role in the project, or how do you think you are also participating in this project?
um, okay, good question. So basically, I'm the representative of the Patras team. We're a big
Hmm.
team. I work with a lot of we are a big team, and I have a lot of colleagues support me in this project. Basically, I work with my supervisor, who is now my colleague Vasilis Komis. He
Okay.
was the pedagogical aspect for this project was his idea, and since I have done a lot of work during my PhD. I had to work for this aspect of the project for the augMENTOR project. So basically, during a summer, some years
Yes.
ago, I got a call from Vasilis and Nikos. They told me that you have done good work in your PhD thesis. Now it's time to do some extra work and
Okay.
and let us know if we can use any AI from the educational aspect and see if this can enhance Moodle and LMS systems. That was this is the way that I got involved in this project.
But then Andromahi, sorry, you did like your PhD about like how information and communication technologies can be applied in education. But have you worked with AI before, or this was like first time using this emerging technology?
No, this was my first time. I'm using AI tools like ChatGPT,
Hmm.
but I use them for my own. I was familiarized a bit with the literature review because it was very novel
Yeah.
uh, 2 or 3 years ago. But the combination of learning management systems and educational context and pedagogical frameworks and AI was something new for me.
Okay, so you also had to a bit familiarize with the topics, and at the same time you have to familiarize the developers this
Yeah,
pedagogical aspect to have it in mind.
yeah. Um, that was that is the most crucial and the most interesting thing in this project.
Hmm.
Um, we have we always have to be aligned with the technological team, with the technical team, because we have to explain them what the pedagogical framework is and how it is going to be actually integrated and adapted in a very specific steps and guidelines in order to create the augmented solution. This is
Yes.
very interesting, and I'm always out of my comfort zone when I'm talking to the guys, but I'm always learning something, and I always feel very proud of us because we can communicate after all.
Yeah, no, I think it's really nice. Also for me in SciCo, as I have to kind of spread the discoveries of the Mentors project, sometimes I think you really need to understand what they're talking about and to read some articles. Yeah, it can be challenging, but I think it's, yeah, as you said, it's the crucial part of this
Yeah.
project to be able to connect these two worlds maybe and make
Yeah.
something that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you know? I know like we are still like in the pilot moments of the project, but do you have
Mm.
some early results from this project in augMENTOR that you could talk about?
It's too soon. But when I was presenting the augmented solution and what it is going to do to my colleagues that they're participating in this project as tutors of the pilot, we're testing the augmented
Hmm.
solution
Yeah.
and we are testing what is happening with the learners, in our case with students in our department, and with the tutors that they're going also to use this solution, this augmented solution, this
The
AI tool.
the
Uh,
tutors of these students, right?
the tutors.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
have presented the solution to the tutors. Uh, they were um, they were very happy and they were amazed because we actually faced these problems during the semester. We have to manage 200 students at least. We have to meet them each week. They have to complete 2 or 3 assignments each week. And we weren't able to support them as we wanted. So when I presented to them, basically the Novel Core team presented to them how the quantum solution is going to work, they were amazed. Um, on how we can do our job in a more effective way. The only actually, because we haven't yet beyond the hard data and the data that we are collecting in order to have some safety, some questions that I can answer more scientific,
Yeah. Okay. So you already did like a small trial with these students and they like it. Like students, teachers, or both people were happy about using this new system?
Both people.
Both people.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And now that we're talking also about teachers, I think one
Mhm.
of the biggest challenges is to make educators to be familiar with AI technologies.
Mhm.
So, which advice would you give to these new educators that have never known about AI? About why should they use them if it's something this far away from them? How can they get closer to it and apply AI on their like AI pedagogical frameworks in their classrooms?
Well, first of all, um, you don't have to be afraid of AI
Yeah.
and ICT tools. This is something that we have been studying for the past decade. Teachers, for sure in Greece, but in Europe as well, are afraid of ICT tools and AI tools specifically. So first of all, I, um, I totally think that you shouldn't be afraid. Nobody should be afraid of the technology.
Hmm.
Just try to be familiarized with these tools. These tools are very easy to use because back then, when I was trying to use an LMS, everything was hard and difficult. Now everything is
Yeah, more intuitive, right?
yeah, to
Hmm.
use it. So just I will suggest everybody to give it a try, not to be afraid of it. We have to be familiarized with the idea that we're in a new era. Things are changing. We have to accept this new situation. Students are more ahead of us. They already use these tools. So if they can, we can.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
and after that, if you're a bit familiarized with these tools and see that these tools can help your work and support you and not to harm on you,
yeah.
then maybe a bit of training is going to be useful. I know that all over Europe, training programs are available for teachers whom are now starting to use
Hmm.
these technologies. And for sure, I recommend to everyone, not only while using ICT, but
Yeah.
when you are a teacher, to get involved with other colleagues, with other students, with other teachers. The community of practices, um, uh, the communities that we create and consult each other are very useful while teaching a specific subject or a specific area, when you feel that you're not alone.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, to support on the people that are closer to them and
Yep, yep,
to not be afraid. It's
yep,
really important, I think, because I think it's one of the biggest challenges for this approach.
yep.
Okay, and now we're gonna go to the last part of the interview. So
Mhm.
now, Andromahi, you have to ask with maybe one word if it's possible, or maybe one sentence maximum. Okay, these are gonna be just quick questions
Okay, okay.
to make this a bit more dynamic. So,
Mhm.
okay, I will go. You're ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. What is the biggest misconception about using AI in education?
Hmm. That AI is going to replace teachers.
Okay. What inspires you? What inspires your research in educational technology?
That I'm always out of my comfort zone and I'm always learning new things.
Nice. Which is your favorite educational app?
Model and augmented solution.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, augmented solution when will be ready, it will be the best. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Which do you think is the best age for introducing technology?
For sure, in early childhood education, when kids are around 4.5, 5, for sure.
Okay. How do you define success in education?
When everybody's happy.
Will AI technology replace teachers one day?
No, not at all. When it comes to decisions, I think that we are smarter than AI.
Okay, perfect. What's the most valuable skill for educators today?
Hmm. Um, Hard question. Um, uh, uh, Not to stop, want to learn new things and new skills. Always to be in the process of learning, of lifelong learning.
Okay, that's really nice. What's one thing you wish more educators knew about AI?
Oh, nothing. Just to be able to use them. Nothing. Nothing else. That it's not a tool that is going to replace us, and it is not a tool that it is helping students and pupils and learners to cheat.
Okay. And how do you envision classrooms in the next decade? Which changes do you think classrooms will suffer?
I don't believe that we're gonna have huge changes and huge novelties during the next decade. I think that we're going to use the same technology but it's going to be more effective and it's going to help us do our job more quickly.
Okay. And final question, how do we ensure data privacy for students using digital tools?
Um, for sure, you have to use tools, ICT tools, that they're well known and established by the government, by
Hmm.
the researchers. Just try to find the right tools to use.
Okay, perfect. I think that's been all. So thank you so much for sharing your opinion and experience with us today. And before we wrap up, is there any final thought or message you would like to share with our listeners?
Mm. Just wait for the counter solution.
Okay, yeah, wait for the augmented solutions. In the way we will be spreading all the augmented advancements in all the platforms. So yeah, it's been all. Thank you for your time and expertise. And for
Thank
all the
you.
listeners, yeah, sorry.
Thank you, Miguel.
Oh, okay, okay. No, thank you too. And yeah, for the listeners, stay tuned for the next podcast. And we will continue exploring this intersection of AI and education and how augmentor is making a difference. It's Miguel Fernández from SciCo at the mic and Andromahi as the person giving the main talk. So see you soon.